Welcome. So, in this quick session, we're going to discuss how to create a session on the stage. So, as you can see, currently I've created a couple of sample sessions. But how do you add a new session? So, go to your dashboard, select Stage Session. So, once you click that, it'll open the session page, it'll open the agenda. This is where you can pretty much add as many sessions as you want, right? So you can have hundreds of parallel session or just a single keynote session. So it depends on what your plans are for your agenda. So I've created a sample session, Introduction to Floor. The first thing you will do is you'll click and create a link for the session to make sure that you have a link for every single session. You'll give it a title. I'll call it Introduction to Floor. What type of session is it? So there are a few options, obviously keynotes, workshops, panel discussion. So you can select the type. The session automatically gets tagged with the type of session it has. We are introducing many differentiation in these sessions. So, but that will be coming up soon. You can go ahead, add a speaker. You could have uploaded the speakers, bulk uploaded the speakers through the speaker tab, but you can also create it one by one. Let's quickly add one. So as you can see, I've added a speaker. Now as you can see, I've added a speaker. Now I can choose if this is a speaker, a moderator, or a host. So most events we see have these three types of users, right? The host is the event coordinator, the person who's in charge for the event. There's a moderator who's a panel discussion moderator, and then there's the speaker. So we have a document which explains the different functionalities and access each of these users have. So choose if the user is a speaker, moderator, or a host. You can select your date and time for the session. Provide a description. We always suggest providing a descriptive description for your session as it helps with the user getting the information. You can upload a welcome video. Now, a welcome video is a great feature, especially if you want to showcase your sponsor or the sponsor for that specific session. So you can upload a video. It does have a limit of 20 MB, which is done to make sure that the video is not too long. You can include a background image. You'll see that when we get into the session, and a logo. So I've added all the information and I can save it. So one thing to note here is you can send the speaker a link from right here. So you can click and share the speaker link. It's a magic link. The speaker does not need to log in. They simply need to use that link that you send them on mail. So they will receive an email like this, which would have a click to join button. So it's a straightforward process. They click and join. So I've added the session. Now quickly let's look at what the session looks like. So once you see this, I'm going to log in. I'm going to log in as a user to show you what it looks like to a user. So as I log in as a user, I would see the sessions. Now quickly let's take a look at what the user would see. Once he clicks on join, so as you can see, he gets a welcome video.
Now let's move on to something else. I think lockdowns, wherever you've had a little bit of a silver lining, has been about work from home and the amount of webinars and virtual events people are actually staging.
So once the video is over, this user lands up on the event session page. And as the event session goes live, they would actually see a live stream. So meanwhile, there are a few things that are open by default on the session. So once you're inside, the first tab you see is partners. These are the sponsors you want to showcase within your event. You could add more sponsors from the sponsor tab. When you go into the partners tab, you will be able to sort of add more sponsors. Second is the Q&A. As an admin, you would see all the questions that users have asked, and you can sort of sort them by time, likes, and also bookmark them, which is pretty cool because you can bookmark certain questions you think are relevant and ask them right up front. The next is the panel. So you would see all the speakers and the admins who are part of the conference of this specific session, and that's easily you can look at them easily in the panel. Next is the polls. So for creating a poll, you could have created a poll right before the event. Let's quickly go ahead and create a poll. What do you think of floor? Love it. It's amazing. Neutral, needs improvement, not sure. So I've added a poll, I've added some question and answers. I don't want to show the results to my audience yet, and then I've made the poll active. So the moment you do that, the poll is active and the users would see this in the polls tab. So once they refresh, they'll see the questions. So the polls can be used for some amazing things. To start the conference when you're getting right in the beginning, or you can ask questions during the conference or end with a quick vote from the users. In the Handouts tab, you could actually click and quickly add, drag and drop a handout and documents. So I can see that I can quickly include a new document. So you can go quickly select the handouts you want. This can be used to upload a handout for the specific sponsor, or you can make it a specific PowerPoint or something that you want to share only with visitors who attend that specific session. So I've uploaded the sponsor and I've published it. The moment I refresh it, I would see my handout right there. So I've gone ahead and added my handout, and I see that the handout is in my cart, and the users can click and grab that document and add it to their digital cart. So the next is the discussion tab. When you click on that, you can see as an admin all the public discussion that is going on, and you can keep a track on that. It's pretty easy and convenient. As an admin, you can also have a private conversation, which is only for the speakers, the moderators, so anything that you want to include in a private forum without the public seeing it. It's actually quite helpful for the speakers to talk internally, as the virtual space can sometimes be a little limiting. So if as an admin you need to message the speaker, you can also do that from right here. And lastly, there is the audience tab. So in the audience, the cool thing is, as a speaker, I can see all the audience who's live in that specific session at that point of time. So it's pretty cool that you can see the audience, and there are some cool social elements coming up in the audience tab. So I think that wraps up all the different functions that a user sees, and an admin can customize for their specific session. Besides that, the view is pretty clean. The user can go full screen, so where they can have a full view, or they can have more of a concise view where they can continue to do the different functions while watching the conference. Hope this video was helpful.